Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. It's your host Vertical and welcome back to another Battlefield news video. Today we have some news about the new Battlefield installment. EA CEO Andrew Wilson was talking to the investors and mentioned some details that might affect the gameplay for us. So let's go ahead and unpack this. But before we do this, go ahead and like this video. It's free. Subscribe to the channel. It's also free. And let's go. When we talk about the statements made by the CEO, it's important to remember the context in which they're made. As the CEO of a major gaming company, Wilson's primary audience isn't just gamers. It's also investors. They need money to make games, right? All right, so what did he actually say? He mentioned that they're aiming to create a tremendous live service. Now, what does that actually mean? While Andrew Wilson's vision for a tremendous live service sounds promising, it's important to remember that the success of such service heavily depends on the quality and the frequency of the updates. In the past, we've seen games promise regular updates, only to fall short in delivering meaningful content that keeps players engaged, especially in the latest installment when we saw the lack of new content. Okay, let's just say it like that. Moreover, the term live service often comes with the expectation of microtransactions, and that's, I understand that, or any other form of in-game purchases, and that's fine. While these can provide a steady stream of revenue for the developers, they can sometimes lead to a pay-to-win scenario. I'm fairly sure that EA won't do this anytime soon, but it can be frustrating for players when we say tremendous live service and new live service. Alright? Additionally, focusing on live service model could potentially divert resources away from other important aspects of the game, such as bug fixes, game balance, and server stability. It's also crucial that EA maintains a balanced approach to ensure a smooth and enjoyable gaming experience for all players. While the idea of continuous updates is appealing, it's equally important that the base game is solid and enjoyable. You don't have to push a lot of updates and the game is trash, alright? Players should not have to rely on future updates to enjoy the game. The base game should offer a complete and satisfying experience, with updates serving as bonus rather than just a necessity. While the announcement that the next Battlefield game will be developed by the largest team in the franchise history is certainly exciting, it's important to remember that the larger team doesn't always equate to a better game. We saw a lot of games developed by just one person, and it was awesome, and it was better than a lot of other major games. Coordination and communication become increasingly complex with larger teams, and without effective management, this could potentially lead to issues in the game's development, and a larger team could also mean a larger budget. While this might allow for more resources to be dedicated to creating detailed and immersive gameplay experience, it also raises the stakes for the game's commercial success. This could potentially lead to more conservative approach in game design, as the developers might be less willing to take risks and innovate. Often it's the smaller, nuanced aspects of the game that makes it really truly great and unique. Things like well-designed game mechanics, engaging storyline, because they talked about the single player and being connected to the multiplayer. I don't know how they're gonna do that. Is it just player? Is it just the maps are gonna be divided or something like that? I still don't know. Now, reflecting on Battlefield 2042, it's clear that the game had its share of issues. While Wilson's acknowledgement that players wanted a deeper experience is a step in the right direction, it's important to remember that acknowledgement only is not enough. Acknowledging a problem and effectively addressing it are two different things. Battlefield 2042 was criticized from day one for a variety of reasons, including technical issues, lack of content, and a perceived lack of focus on what made previous Battlefield games great, like Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4 and Bad Company. Now, it's encouraging to hear that EA has taken this feedback to heart. It's crucial that they not only learn from these mistakes, but also take concrete steps to avoid them in the future. The term deeper experience can be quite subjective. For some players, this might mean more complex game mechanics and more immersive storytelling. For others, it might mean something else, like more content or more ways to play the game. It's important that EA and the CEO clarifies what they mean by deeper experience and how they plan to deliver it, because I can say, all right, this game has deeper experience, but what does that actually mean? There's another point he talked about, which is the shift to smaller 64-player maps. This could indeed be a strategy to enhance the player experience. I mean, smaller maps can lead to more intense action and faster-paced gameplay. I'm enjoying playing TDM more than Conquest, to be honest. Yeah, and I'm talking about Battlefield here because there's a lot of action always. However, it's important to remember that one of the defining features of Battlefield franchise has always been its larger scale battles. I know, reducing the number of players could potentially take away from this experience. While smaller maps might be easier to design and develop, they might not offer the same level of strategic depth and variety as larger maps, and the soul of Battlefield won't be there if there's no larger maps. Part of the appeal of Battlefield games is the ability to use the environment to your advantage, and yeah, I'm talking about the destruction here, and the destruction in grand scale gives a whole new experience, and larger maps provide more opportunities for this. And the CEO said that he played the game and it was a very good experience. However, the importance of a gameplay reveal cannot be overstated. Not only that, it gives players a first look at the game, allowing to see the graphics, mechanics, and overall feel of the game. And Wilson's comments suggest that EA understands this value, which is a positive thing. But it's important to remember that a gameplay reveal is just that, it's a reveal. It's carefully curated glimpse of the game designed to generate hype and excitement for you to press that buy button. While it can give us an idea of what to expect, it doesn't always accurately represent the final product. We've seen instances in the past where games looked impressive during their reveals, but fell short upon the release. That's why you don't pre-order anymore. Alright? Finally, while the gameplay reveal is important, it's equally important that EA listens to the player feedback following the reveal. Players are the heart of the game, and their feedback is very important in shaping a successful game. Now, we reached the end of the video. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and push that like button. It's free. Subscribe to the channel, it's also free, and see you in the next video.